Welcome back to another clay video. Today, we are going to create the world map from Wario Land 2. Let's begin with the paper printout. And this is one of those weird maps that doesn't really play a part in the game besides being on the title screen. You don't actually walk around on this map during the game, but it's still a pretty cool little map. And it's a great starting point if you've never made a map before and want to start getting into it, because although it's a very small, basic map, it has a lot of the details that are in the bigger, more complex maps, like a waterfall, the trees, a castle. So it has a lot of the same details, just a lot less of them. We can start cutting out the paper, and this is the stencil we'll be using to make sure that the island is perfectly shaped. We can place this onto some brown clay and start cutting the island out, and this is the main layer of the island. After we remove the excess clay, we can work on the grass layer, although I guess it's not really grass, it's more so sand or dirt. And this should be a perfect match on here. So let's get this onto the map using our stencil. We'll make sure that it's right in the middle of the water. And we need to create this pond and waterfall. I'm cutting this very gently so that we can remove only the top yellow layer. And using the dotting tool, we can also smooth this out a little bit. Taking some more of the watercolor we used for the base, we can start filling in the pond and the waterfall. The waterfall is very thin though, so we'll need to fill it in with some worms of clay. And at the base of the waterfall, we'll use this light blue, and this looks really nice for the effect of the water crashing down into the ocean. These are going to be some tree stumps. Although you can't actually see these from the title screen, I think it would look a lot better having these instead of just bushes. This is a technique I always use to create trees. We roll together all of these little balls of clay and it makes a nice little treetop. And now we can place those on top of all of the tree stumps. We also have a bunch of these little green dots. I imagine these are some sort of bushes or plants. We have some more at the top corner. Moving on to creating the castle. Using the knife, we can get all of these edges very flat. And these will be the little towers on the edges of the castle. I created 6 of these because I couldn't really tell how many there were, but it seemed to work best with 4. So we'll put one on each of the corners. And now let's work on the details on the top a little bit. This is pretty standard for a castle design, and you can't really tell too much what's going on from the title screen, so I'm going off a little bit of my imagination. Despite this castle being red on the title screen, only a few seconds later, when you get to the first cutscene in the game, the castle actually appears to be tan and brown. So I'm not sure why they had it red on the title screen, but I do actually prefer this to the tan castle. Let's get that onto the map, and we can start creating the most complicated part, the pathway. This is the path cut out from the main map we were using, and it's pretty hard to cut this all out without destroying the entire path. It was helpful to remove little bits at a time though. And we will bake this flat on the tray and glue it on after baking because I don't think I'd really be able to move it how it is. We have some extra rocks around the map. This just adds a little bit of extra detail. And we are ready to get baked. After baking, we can remove that from the tray and use a little bit of super glue to secure it into place. And this path will be our final detail. So, here it is, the world map from Wario Land 2. I hope you all enjoyed the creation of this tiny miniature map of Wario Land 2. If you want to see some other Nintendo maps I've created, you can see a playlist up here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.